Welcome back. You're still on to the Polity, coming to you live from the Abuja studio of KAFTANTV, King Adebayo Film and Theatre Arts Network Television. And like I said before, we're talking about the opposition in disarray and how it affects us very negatively in our democracy. And right now, my guest is here, Ambassador Moses Kolawole Obisesan. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Good to have you.
Nice to be here.
Right. Yeah. And some of you already know him, and we'll just set sail right now. And Ambassador, I don't know, how do you perceive the current democratic field in Nigeria? Looks like the opposition is not in play.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Omoogun. Basically, let me first of all say that I love what one of the chieftains of PDP said yesterday. He said PDP is learning to play an opposition. PDP had never been in opposision, so they are learning it. It's unfortunate.
But you don't. Do you need like how many years now? About 10 years to learn.
Initially it came as a shock. PDP initially said we rule for 60 years.
60 years, yeah.
Then all of a sudden one little game changer came, and then they were displaced after 16 years. So 60 to 16, it was really a big shock, and they thought that it was just a mistake. We'll soon take it over, and so they are actually. PDP is learning to play opposition, and I'll tell you what I mean by that. There is a mood, there is a cohesion, there is a coordination that it requires to play an effective opposition. There is even expectation of the ruling party, but PDP is a bit naive of what the ruling party will want them to be. I'll give you an instance. When PDP was in power and APC was in opposition, there was a lot more effective coordination of the APC dagger.
That's it.
As far as it is, they were throwing a whole lot of hammer on PDP as a rock, and consistently at the weak point of PDP.
Exactly.
After a while, it gave way.
That's correct.
You understand? And now, so when you have opposition that can't even unify itself, that they are divided against itself, it cannot amount to much.
That's what we are.
The truth is, I'm a PDP person, and I'm very proud to be one. But I have to say something that, unfortunately, we allowed the very crack to keep festering, and right now keep widening, and right now it is really big, because it is widening both by internal doing and the external forces. Now, you see, the external forces love it this way, because you know what, if your enemy is together, you are in trouble.
Yes, true.
But if your enemy is in disarray, then they are weak.
Yeah,
so for instance, you can continue to enjoy to have your field there. So that's exactly what's happening. Currently now, the opposition love it this way. Sometimes I'll give you an instance. I was discussing something somewhere. Some people were saying, I think Wike is bringing more trouble for Ashiwaju in terms of all of the shouts. Everywhere.
The exchange with concerning his job.
Concerning his job, that the problem is having with Fubara and the rest of it, with Atiku on one side, Fubara on one side, PDP generally on that Wike is bringing so much noise, hue and cries. Around Tinubu, just a gentleman. People don't understand that guy is a strategist. Tinubu is a strategist. Yeah. He has planted a Wike, and he has so given him a very clear mandate to say, you know what, keep them busy, so that nobody even has time for my own government. And he's doing a fantastic job at that.
No, that can be interpreted several ways.
When I say keeping them busy, means that they're having issues to say, okay, Fubara is not doing whatever. Wike is tackling Fubara. He's making sure that Fubara is not even having any field day in there, so that they will still see the hands of PDP. Of Wike. Yes. And Wike is neither PDP nor APC right now. In fact, I can say 60% APC and 40 PDP. But he's enjoying that very beautiful new status.
Yeah, and his principal is also enjoying it. Yeah. His
principal is also good job. And you know something, this guy is doing it so well that you cannot fault his delivery in FCT.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the first. You can't say, the guy is so busy fighting at home that he's not doing the job. Go everywhere. FCT is almost like a construction site. Everywhere you go, something is adding. I was just driving, from Asokoro down here now, from my office down here, and you even see road divides, the netting. I just say, whoa, this guy keeps scoring the goal. He understands that much as I must do politicking in my base in Rivers, I must continue to be Mr. Project right here. And that's what he's doing. And he's getting it. What am I saying? It's high time PDP understood that, you know what, there is a way to play opposition.
Now before we go ahead, now that part of Wike that you just painted,
yes,
does that not amount to anti-party activity?
No. Let me tell you, what describes anti-party has changed.
So how do
I'll tell you.
All right.
PDP rules says 8 years in the north and 8 years in the south.
Okay.
That's what our rule says. That presidency will be rotated between the north and the south.
Is it a written rule or
in PDP is a rule? No. In PDP is written.
Okay.
But in the general constitution of the country, no, it's not.
Yes.
It's just a gentleman agreement.
Yeah.
But in PDP is there.
Okay.
People now tweak it to mean that PDP, 8 years when we are ruling. No, it was never said. It said just say presidency will be zoned 8 years in the north and 8 years to the south.
All right.
Now,
what did you mean by 8 years when we're ruling?
No. That is why people now turn it. They now turn it that because when I'll give you the little whatever background. It was actually given to Buhari governed or ruled for 8 years.
Yeah.
Irrespective of party.
Oh, okay.
Party doesn't concern this now.
Right.
We are saying let the presidency come from the north. And when Buhari was ruling, Buhari was given a very open mandate to come from anywhere. When the presidency was zoned to the north, it was given to every part of the north to produce it.
Yeah.
They didn't micro-zone it to say northwest, north central, or northeast. No, they didn't do that.
Yeah.
They just opened it up.
Yeah.
That is why Buhari could succeed in what's it called now?
Jonathan.
No, not Jonathan. The one before Jonathan. Yaradua came from northwest.
Yeah.
And specifically from Katsina.
Yeah.
Now Buhari came northwest Katsina.
Yeah.
Nobody. You see, when we trust anything to the north, we leave them to no microzoning. We allow the power to go anywhere in the north. Let them go and check who should go. Not as smart politicians. Politicians when it comes to weather, they just know that okay, since they have given us to whatever, they just pick the loudest. The most known name.
Yeah.
They say Buhari, come. They brought him, and everybody calmly followed. Most people, when I say everybody, most the northerners, they queued behind him. They never said because it's the turn of the northwest, north central, or northeast. Nobody did that.
Right.
And he ran, and he won. He got the most support from the north, and he won. Now, when it came to the time of the south, which was this current administration, 2023, they said zone the presidency to the south and allow it to be open. Somebody came in, which was Atiku. Atiku say zone it to the southeast, or it will be for anybody. That's the biggest problem, PDP. That was the beginning of PDP. You see, if we are not honest with where we are, what started the challenge, then we cannot give the right diagnosis. If we are unable to actually come and say this is where the crack started from. They said the likes of Wike, the likes of what's it called, this Oyo State Governor Makinde, they like quite a number of them. Even the former governor of Benue, all of them came together, and some people from South, they came and say, allow South. Stop saying South East, because what Atiku said at that time was that it must be Southeast or anybody.
No, but does that not, in a way, doesn't it make sense as a way of dousing the long-standing like animosity or something
from the southeast
against the southeast?
It looks like that, but that's actually the ploy. I'll tell you what it is. When we threw it to the north, the area that required to bring the presidency, do you know it? It was the northeast. They should ordinarily then.
I mean, if you are considering
what you're saying, it should have been thrown to the north, but specifically northeast. But they knew that if we had microzone at that level to northeast, chances are that the person that will come in there may not win. May not win. So what they did, they just threw it to the north, and then they look at the most known name. Because politics is the game of number. Which is the biggest name that you can bring, that the Talakawas, the Megoro, Mesha, the largest number of the masses can identify with and go, say Baba. It's simple. Block vote, they'll go behind you. That was what made Buhari to win. Now, when you're throwing it to the south, what should have been done really is throw it to the south and say, let it be from anywhere in the south. When you do that, what you have done is that you have allowed the South to juggle between themselves. Both the Southwest, Southeast. Let them go and do their own micro juggling. So that the biggest boy among them will rematch. Because when you do, because as at that time, remember, Peter Obi was still with us. Kwankwaso was with us in PDP. All of these guys were with us. Let me tell you, I know the role we play, including me. When PDP had the biggest challenge of his life, you know the time when McCarthy, McCarthy was the chairman of PDP. We had Senator Ali Sharif laying claim to PDP.
Yes,
that's the biggest chairmanship of PDP. Myself and a group of others known as PDP Professionals and Business Group. Please quote me and go and check. We went around this country to fight for PDP to be able to come back from his woes. We paid incredible price. We fought like no other. We visited Ali Sharif severally to tell him, I'm a man, you can't do this. We went to all the news, we went to IBB, we went everywhere to be able to correct that anomaly. Soon after we've done, only for somebody to just come and then mess it up. Can't you see, a lot of people are just watching the biggest problem we have in PDP has been from Atiku.
Right now.
Look, if Atiku stands up today and say, you know what, for the sake of the party, I rest my case, you will see everybody pulling together. A lot of people have told him this, but he's not listening. The likes of Olabode George, I said, you know what, your ambition is killing this party. You want to, if the horse die, what are you going to ride to this, to where you're going? You want to kill the horse that will take you around, and but the horse is tired, he's sick, he's whatever, you just want to ride the horse? Come on, man. That is not it. So what I'm saying, my brother, is that...
Are you saying the horse is not just tired, but it's particularly tired of a particular rider? Is that what you're saying?
No. He's tired and dying because one person is mishandling that horse. If you leave the horse right now, there are other people who can feed it, who can manage it. So let it go and be taken care of.
All right.
That's what we're saying. But Atiku will say, if it is not me, I will say he made the biggest, you asked me that, is it not anti-party? The biggest anti-party word that I've ever heard in my history came from Atiku. You know what he said? He said, if PDP fail to give me the ticket, I will join these parties the second time. I will go to APC and go and join Asiwaju. No anti-party statement is as big as that. None. Because you are saying that either me or nobody. Yeah. That is not the way parties are run. So you know why I because the reason why I'm saying this, sometimes I just don't want to say it, but I got to. So I have paid a lot of price. So many of us, so many professionals, I can't be naming them. We went around this. We have our own individual businesses, our time and whatever. We run around because we love this baby called PDP. PDP is fantastic, it's on ground, but the leadership is messing it up. So you said if they don't give you the party ticket, you will dump the party and go behind Tinubu. That is a word that is actually killing. You see, Moses or Kolawole, Dayo. Now, see, I think that one of the things that makes problems fester, is when you don't deal with them promptly. Okay. Yeah. Now, if you or the party identified that as an anti-party statement, what did he do to tackle Atiku? If it deserved, nobody can be bigger than the platform. Yes. Do we agree? Yes. No. So imagine that as at that time it was taken seriously and he probably was suspended or expelled. I mean, we're just looking at scenarios, possibilities. Don't you think that would have sent signal right down the line of the party to say, look, these guys, they mean business? And by now, PDP would have recovered from that distress and strain that is currently going through. Yeah, you may be right, but let me just tell you something. When you it will also have reined in whatever is the wicked quote unquote rascality, as some people see it. That, let me tell you, that wicked puts his own rascality, that if quote unquote that you're saying, beside that of Atiku, and he say, how dare you say that I'm doing anti-party? That is the biggest anti-party man. And as far as you see, if he's 70, me I want to be 50. I'm telling you, because you need to be checking. Each time they call him, they say, we are going to, you should go for disciplinary. They say, go where? If you cannot invite this man, don't invite me. He won't even go. Because if you look at Wike's antecedent, all through his political life, he has stayed in PDP. All through. That's correct. He has, from where he was in local government, when the party was in vulnerable states, he stayed there. So when you're talking about anti-party, you cannot. Wike is not the person to look at. Wike has funded several political structures that you see today. Some of the governors that are running their mouth, recently Wike called out one and said, look, I funded your governorship, and then now you are the one saying that I'm the whatever. Don't worry. It's the way to pay up. The issue for me really is a lot of time when the person is still paying the system, it's difficult for a lot. Bootlicking. It's difficult for people to look at you in the face and say, sir, you are not doing it right. So that's the challenge. Now the faithful person, what will that be? We can challenge that. What we are talking about, those who have the capacity to do, we can have capacity to, and he challenge it. You say, how can first of all look at your background. If you come here, you don't get the ticket, you go to another place. Yeah. When you don't get it from there, you come over here. Now you are here and you're telling us that if you don't give it the ticket, you go away. That is the bane of the challenge we have today. Because if you trace it very well and you understand where you're going, you now start looking at how do we build from here. I know something. Because of that singular act, instantly Peter Obi took off. This person has said if he doesn't get the whatever party, he goes with it. Oh, so even if I win the party ticket now, I will not get the support of everybody. Parties don't win election that way. The way it is that if 4 of us or 5 of us want to take the presidential ticket, once one takes it, the whole other must come behind him. It's not for all of you to now say, no, we will not support you, only you will be there. Then it becomes a shell of itself. And that's what's playing out. Right? That's what is playing out. So what we need to do, the last time I came here, I pleaded with Atiku. I said, Atiku, you are a father in PDP. I remember when we went to IBB in Mina. You see, sometimes I just feel until people realize that you don't have to sit. You're already former vice president. You have made so much in this country till date. This country has
using the platform of
the PDP of this PDP, and you have amassed to yourself what you call you are an elder statesman. You are a business and successful business. You have everything going for you. Just only one seat, being the president. And I compared him with this man, Alex Ekweme. Alex Ekweme was just a vice president. Do you understand what I'm saying? And he was never whatever, and he just enjoyed that whatever before while he lasted. All I'm saying is that if today Atiku decide that, you know what, some guys, enough of the fight, you know what's going to happen. Everything that is in play now is polarization of the party. Some people still believe that they must be carefully aligned to ensure that the dream of Atiku comes to play.
Yeah.
Some other people are aligning to make sure that Wike doesn't lose out. Some other person aligns.
All the wars we have within the party right now are proxy wars, really.
Correct.
Yeah, they're
proxy wars.
Yeah, and the viewer probably is thinking, well, I thought we were talking about the opposition in general. Of course, if you talk about opposition today in Nigeria, the leader it's not out of place that he's doing his analysis that way, because you can't talk opposition today in Nigeria without talking PDP. Correct. Yeah. So, like we said, what it means is that these are proxy wars. Yeah. So, how do we, because you see, we really need to have opposition presence. Correct. We really need to have opposition voice. Correct. We really need to have the opposition being able to articulate the stand of the people. Correct. We really need a virile opposition that's able to stand eyeball to eyeball with the ruling party, with the federal, with the government, and say, look, the direction you're taking us is not the direction we want to go. And sometimes, thumbs up the government and say, yes, this is the kind of thing we want, and all that. So, how are we going to get this when the proxy wars are tearing the party apart?
The first thing that we need to unify the house is a simple matter.
So, how do we unify
the first thing if you must unify the house is that you make the goal bigger than any individual. The goal of producing the next president must be bigger than the ambition of individuals. And I'll tell you the stuff. Look at what Jonathan said. He said, my ambition does not worth the blood of any Nigerian. Right. That singular statement, even if he doesn't mean it.
Nobody, you can see.
Because he has said it in national TV and he has said it repeatedly, people went behind for him to say, you know what, please go all through Africa and make this particular stuff to really be the guiding principle. Yeah. Look, if we say that, you know what, we are opposition, because opposition I'll tell you the first thing, they have limited resources, both human and material. Opposition have limited resources, because you see, unfortunately, in Nigeria, the central government has 80% of the resources to throw around.
Right, okay.
The other 20, the governors will gather it and whatever. One beside you also, if you now don't control 3 key states, there are 3 key states: Lagos, Rivers, and Kano. And each of these 3, in fact, the PDP is fighting to control Rivers. Lagos is still in the center, whatever. The other one is in NNPP. The River, that's how they want to. They just be like, okay, we'll go die here. Fubara, tell Wike, they're just laughing. The government in power is saying it. So first thing you must know, our resources are limited now, both human and material. Yeah, don't waste it.
But why don't you put together as a group, not just PDP?
Because the first one that I talked about, the first one is that the ambition of wrestling power must be over and above any individual's ambition.
Right. So I'm saying.
So when you do that, you know what you do that. When you do that, what happens is that you are saying, you know what, guys, Labour Party, please come. NNPP, please come. Yeah. PDP, please come. Social Democrat, please come. Anyone anyone who emerges from here with our members and we're going to do a general vote, whatever, we will queue behind it. The day you do it, opposition will win. Because you see,
that's what APC also did.
That's the thing.
You had CPC.
Yeah.
You had
we have APC and PDP people. Yes. About four of them came together, and then they now realized that, okay, you know what, this guy really is actually the topmost person among us, and they aligned, and that was why he won. Now, so for me, until opposition first of all makes such statement, if article says that if it is not me, it can't be anybody,
that already sends everybody away. Yeah.
So let it be that PDP can say, you know what, guys, and some you see, PDP cannot wrestle power if you want to go alone. I'm telling you this. That's the truth. No, see, for now, the way the things are for now, it cannot.
It's a free ride for APC.
So what they must do is to first of all say, okay, you know what, guys, hello guys, we're sorry how we have actually led, how we have actually messed up, whatever, you know. But all of the opposition, let's come together and let us say the best candidate will carry the day. Oh, are you serious? Even those who want to go and form any other mega party. What some people don't see is that there are so many people who are no longer in the good book of the current party, the APC, like the El Rufai of this world and the rest of them.
Yeah, but
they will be attracted if they hear such statements.
No, but are they not? They seem to be flying such a kite, right?
No, they are flying to say they are unable to harmonize their views. They are saying, let's go and form a new party, let's go and join opposition. They are unable to make up their mind. I saw the Sheikh Abam the last time I was talking about that's the SVP picture. He was also talking. You see, everybody is looking for, we must unify the house. The only word that will unify the house is all one big umbrella body, to come together and say whoever is adjudged by our members to be the most viable person will take the ticket. If we will
rally around him,
and we all will have, nobody will pull back. Everybody will collapse their structures behind that person. If you do that, that is the beginning of winning. That's one. That's number one. Number two, also the injustice that we see. You see, until they say we don't want no peace, we want equal right and justice. One gentleman agreement that is haunting PDP and almost destroying PDP is to say 8 years in the north, 8 years in the south. You need to check it. Was that something like that? There was. In fact, there is even such an quote-unquote agreement even in APC. So the two major parties have it like that.
Yeah.
So you go back and say, okay, you know what, guys, let's adopt this. Look, all of the bickering, all of the whatever will die. These two things. One, nobody is having automatic ticket. Not Atiku, not Wike, not Peter Obi, nobody.
Everybody gets
into the race. Come back, come here. Let us have a field. They just pack everybody. SDP, all of us is a one mega party. Bring everybody and say, you know what? The finest to whatever that we all vote for will win the rest. And please, nobody will pull out because we want to wrestle. That's number one. Then number two, allow the rule, which is actually the gentleman agreement, to say power in the north for this time and power in the south for this time. When you do those two,
now, when you put all the parties together under one umbrella, what does that do to their various visions?
No. Let me tell you. Look, when you win, when one of you emerge at the center, the center in Nigeria. I'm coming.
Whose direction do we follow?
Let me tell you something.
If for example, a legacy PDP person emerges from that, or let's say an SDP, an SDP original person emerges as the new flag bearer.
Yeah.
So, which direction would such a party be following? Is it the SDP direction? Is it the PDP direction? Would they sit back and see how to harmonize their various
that is what is going to be automatically. You see, you are now having a government. What will when a time like government of national unity of kind of, because what you're not
saying, you even talk about a government of national unity.
Yes,
they're going to go out there on the streets to try to campaign and all that.
No, we are even talking about streets. We have not reached streets. What we have reached is the campaigning among the party. The first thing is not street. Later we come to street. What we are doing now is first of all picking among the party, because it is the people the party pick that the street will, one of them is what the street will follow. So when we're talking about
whose vision, which party's vision are all this motley of parties going to?
Let me tell you, let the SDP man come and tell us about what he want to do if he becomes president.
That's it.
Let the PDP person come and say something. Let the Kwankwaso people come and say. Let all of this other party come and say something about what they want to do. Let now have equal what we call what do you call those voters? The people that vote in the party.
The delegates.
The delegates.
Right.
Let's say, for instance, you can say, okay, let each of those parties, 10 of them, 20 of them, whatever it is. I think about 18 political parties. Let's say even 17 remaining. Let them come with 1,000 persons each. Come over. Let the delegate file up and let them pick, and already let them listen to whatever and say, look, each person whatever they have to say, and also agree that, look, whoever emerges, every one of us will collapse our structure behind it. Sincerely. It's a difficult thing to do. I'm not saying it's easy, but because if you think it's easy, you know why it's not easy. Some person feel like my structure is larger than you. I may not be popular, because actually, if you're going to look at the size of structure, PDP is larger than any structure today. True. Because it's in every local government, every ward, every street. But
but there are some big fishes in just a small
pond, and there are some small fishes in people, because two things must happen: the personality and then the platform. So you may be opportune to be in a platform. That's what the late Andy what's it called, Ifa Uba did. Ifa Uba went to the young PDP young people's party or something. White people. He went there because he realized he couldn't get the ticket of the bigger whatever. He went there, took the ticket, but because of his personality he won, and then he moved back to the mainstream party, because he now know that if I want to actually become the governor, I need a bigger party. So he went back. So I know that there is need for you to balance both personality, but what we're first of all trying to bring out is to bring the best personality. That's what we want to do. Then the platform, every platform becomes his platform. Because you see, you need these two to work. The best personality that people resonate with, and then the biggest platform. If one is missing, you cannot confront opposition. It's not possible. Confront the party of the day. If you are in opposition, you can't confront the party of the day, because the party of the day has got enormous. People don't know that it's not only money that is available to the party of the day, but even human resource. The human resource, he has all local government chairman, he has most of the House of Assembly, House of Reps, Senator, governors. He has all of these things, all of the appointees. The minimum that a ruling party has is 20,000 capable machine working for it. 20,000 minimum. If you look at all of the appointive position, all of the elective position, they're about 10,000. Then you now look at all of the appointive position, they are more than 10,000. So when you now have somebody who is well funded, 20,000 working with you, who are just you and maybe just about 10 of you. This one is well funded. These are just 10 of you. Even if you be,
I think part of it is that Nigeria has not really had a people-based party, a party that is driven by the people. Where the people are the ones who fund the party. Where people if you can draw like 5 million, 10 million people who sincerely want to drive the party and are saying, look, we don't want our party to be hijacked by any money bags. So we are willing to do a monthly contribution of maybe 2,000 naira each. So for each person, you have 24,000 naira coming from each person. You put that across 5 million people or 10 million people. That amounts to a huge lot of money. Exactly. And based on that, you can now begin to. So what we have is a party of elites who now dish out what they want and try to bring a few persons along, and then they are the ones who also fund the party, so they decide what they want. Correct. And this is part of the weakness that we have in the party system
totally
today.
Yeah, very correct.
Quickly, just before we go ahead, the line is open now, and we expect you to please do join us right now as we progress. We're talking about why there's a need for the opposition to be better organized. I mean, they're in disarray now, and it's a real challenge to the robustness of our democracy. And so we would like you to call in. The number is on the screen, 00299383365. Please, let's have you call in. Of course, I believe that you've been watching the ambassador himself, and I think he's doing a great job of it. But that's left for you to judge. Let's take this one. Yeah, it shows that people have been watching and they are really eager to. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Isaac calling from Port Harcourt, River State.
You're welcome to the show.
Yes, my own contribution to all of this is it will keep going on. Who's wrong, who's right, who needs to appeal, we'll keep getting it wrong all the time. And we waste our resources, our time, our energy. Sometimes we even argue unnecessarily, thereby escalating the party issues, even to the grassroots, where it's not affecting even our kids in school. That's not the way to go. Now, I think that the best way to go is if Nigerians can agree to run a two-party system, which will help us, because everybody knows that running from here to here is for personal interest. But if you have a two-party system, the government in power, if they are not doing well, automatically all Nigerians will know that we will not face this in the next 4 years. We need to give the other party a chance to see what they will come up with. But for the issue of PDP, for PDP to get it right, discipline must be top-notch, no matter who it may affect. And they have to stand on the truth, no matter your interest. For instance, in River State here, the structure of a team is being protected against 2037.
Yeah.
If we let the person control, who is going to throw his weight behind? But nobody's talking about the interest of Nigerians. Nobody's talking about the development where we need to be. These parties don't even have blueprints that the common man in the street can say, okay, this is what they need to give us if we thereby toe their line. Their blueprint is nowhere. All we are fighting for is we need to have social persons on our own side in order to control. But this control, is it for the benefit of the citizens whom you say you are representing, whom you say you are coming out to make life better? No, it's not there. But if we have two-party system, I tell you, if I make mistake in one of my votes in a particular election, I don't think I will make that same mistake next time. It will help us to watch well among the two top candidates that will be contesting for presidency to know what they have to offer before we go to the poll.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Isaac. Well, you heard him.
I will be okay if you have a call, but I'll say something. Fantastic. They've pushed we've tried two-party system before. The military, that's what they bequeathed to us.
Let's take this.
Okay.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir.
You're welcome.
Yeah. This is Sadiq Olushola calling from Kogi State.
All right. welcome, Sadiq.
Yeah. The ambassador in the studio, they agree to you. You are doing a very good analysis.
Thank you very much.
The part is that we also have a good opposition that can stand their feet and stand the test of time to bring us a party that will take us to a destiny land. Is that we must learn to sacrifice.
Correct.
Before my dad passed on, my dad told me when Obasanjo is in power, that is why I respect that man. After he was about to do with his tenure of 8 years, he said some prominent politicians in the West, they went to him and told him, look, this opportunity for us, these people, they've ruled us for how many years? Now that you are on the seat, if the seat is in the way, if you are going, bring somebody to represent you from the West, to take over for you. And what Obasanjo told them? Obasanjo said, there is an agreement. I am here, I'm about to complete my 8 years. That's the turn of the South. He said, you don't expect me to bring another Satana to take over from me.
Yeah. Correct.
He said it's not done. He said, by doing that, I'm going to cause chaos. And what is Obasanjo doing? A particular certain man from the South, which we all know, was this BTC everybody campaigning. Everybody has said he's going to be the president. Obasanjo did not oppose him. He was just looking at him. And at the end of the day, what happened? He brought somebody from the north. And who is that person? Yar'Adua. Before they who know Yar'Adua, Yar'Adua is just a governor. Nobody knows him. He carefully searched, he looked. And he brought in Yar'Adua. And when Yar'Adua win the election, if not for death, the short time that Yar'Adua spent on the seat, we are all testimony to it.
All right.
So what I'm trying to say, Atiku is not bigger than the party.
Correct.
You cannot say because you are a single man, if you do not get it, let the party go to hell. Nobody will get it.
Yeah.
As he said, he must learn to live as a father and sacrifice as a father.
Correct.
That is the only way we can have an opposition party in this country that can challenge the ruling party.
Correct.
And that can give us what we want.
Yep.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Just before you go ahead,
Yeah.
what we already have right now,
Yes.
in a way, in a sense, is it not a two-party system?
No, it's not. And it's not.
No, I get you.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, because
it's almost like two parties. Yes,
and then you have one prominent opposition.
Correct. That's what we have.
All the rest.
That's what we have. But you see, because we still have some of these guys. Can you imagine if there was if the Labour Party was collapsed into PDP, if the NNPP was collapsed into PDP, if SDP was collapsed into PDP, would have been big enough to be able to challenge the monster.
That's correct.
Now, so but because they are not there, we want to take the call.
Yes, please. Hello, you're welcome.
Imagine a beautiful Nigeria with KAFTANTV.
Eso Dudu, you're welcome.
Yes, good afternoon to you, our very wonderful host, Mr. Dayo.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon to Mr. Ambassador Kolawole.
Thank you very much.
Good afternoon to our esteemed viewers. Yes, very wonderful topic. I must commend KAFTAN. Opposition Disarray, a challenge to democracy. Yes, indeed, it's a very wonderful challenge because a workable democracy can only be guaranteed when we have a very formidable opposition.
Tell you.
Opposition that is so strong, whereby party leaders, party executives will be addressing press conference from party secretary, just as we have the PDP as a case study in Wadata Plaza. They will address press conference. The party national chairman, the publicity secretary, the national secretary will address press conference by criticizing policies and programs of government that is not good, that is anti-people. But as it stands now, it is not like that. Why? The reason is that opposition, just as you say, is really not working. And what you see is only from 2023 till date, after the presidential election, what you see is the presidential candidates of most of these major opposition political parties that have been talking from their comfort zone. It is supposed to be the responsibility of party executives to be talking from party national secretary, the party national secretary. Now, if you look at what is the cause of this, just as you have X-ray in the station, one of the major things we have failed to mention is the issue of political parties being hijacked by elected members of the party now. In the First Republic, in the Second Republic, it wasn't like this. Political parties were actually controlled by elected party leaders. In party meetings, there are the people that will preside over party issues. Not maybe the president or whatsoever. The governor will say, I am the leader. Then when you appoint someone as a minister, there will be conflict of interest. Then you see that becomes a very big problem. You see the state chairman, the governor sometimes will decide to suspend the state chairman and bring in another person. That is also a problem. The minister will be there. You see, most of the elected, some of the appointed
executives
in the nationals.
Yeah.
You see, they will begin to work against the state chairman of political parties, the national chairman of political parties. You see, the former vice chairman, the vice president will say, I am the person in charge. The governor will say, I'm the person in charge. It causes a lot of problems to political parties. So at this point in time, just as you have said in the studio, what we are supposed to do, we're supposed to have a formidable opposition whereby they can make sure there will be on ground no interest of individual in any political party is more than that political party, no matter who you are. So whether we case, like in the case of PDP, Atiku, or whether whosoever, they should shift their sword and see how they can come together to form a formidable opposition to this present government. You see, most of the problem we are facing is because we don't have a formidable opposition.
Correct, that's it.
That is why we are facing this the problem now. I am a party man, I'm an APC man, but I can tell you the truth. The opposition is not working. That's why you see we are facing most of these challenges.
Thank you very much, Asodudu.
And we pray by the special grace of God, come 2027, we will see there will be proper realignment, just as we had in 2014, so that we can have a very strong and formidable opposition that can provide wonderful democracy to we Nigerians.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Asodudu.
Thank you.
Yeah. So
basically, that's I love what you have just said. Look, we must go beyond where, because I'm on this party, I cannot say the right thing. If you see whatever Wike is doing, that Wike challenged Atiku and he said, no, allow the South to take this time and allow us to do our micro zoning. If you had allowed, you could
definitely interpret that move to what really also caused the confusion within the South.
Yes.
Because if you had just refrained from microzoning, it's possible that between Obi, Wike, and whoever, somebody would have emerged among them, and
the others would have gone behind it.
It must have created a division that led to the bitterness that led to Obi, for example, leaving the party.
Correct.
Yeah, so I think that,
because if that has happened, let me tell you what would have happened. If you had allowed them to have the interplay, it would not be negotiation. Come on, let's the last president was Jonathan from South. Guys, I think let's have, before he went to Buhari, so let's have the Southeast. Southeast have not even taken it before in a long time. Oh, okay, that makes some sense. Okay, Southeast has not done. Southwest has done. Obasanjo just did. So Southwest did not. When he came, first of all came, he went to the Southwest. When he went back, he went to Northwest. He came back, he went to South. He went back Northwest. Not don't care. He went to Northwest. When he's now coming back, you can now say, okay, allow it to be Southeast, which is a beautiful argument. But allow them to decide among themselves. To decide, because what you do is that there will be some interplay. Obi that took off wouldn't have taken off. They'll just tell you, this yourself. Go and meet Wike, meet the rest of it. You are now bringing Governor Kowa of Delta State. You now say, I want to make him my own vice. And you are dividing and polarizing the South.
Especially when you had set up a committee that recommended Wike.
Yes.
And you went
again. Come on. So all that you do is
a whole lot.
So those are the things that agree to where we are. So they are saying opposition is not doing whatever until opposition first of all put his house in order, and it is the topmost persons that are actually killing the opposition.
All right.
That's the truth about it.
Let's take a breather, and then we'll get right back.
Thank you very much.
now wrapping up the day. Unwind with the reminiscence of the day's news from home and abroad with KAFTANTV 7 p.m. news.
Good to have you join us on KAFTAN News at 7.
Nigerians are living in up to 5%. Our young people repurpose the Harmony Symphony.
It's good to have you join us on KAFTANTV News at 7.
We found that the 10 naira are not actually sufficient.
National, foreign news headlines. Get balanced, accurate facts on the latest news in business, politics, entertainment, sports, and more. Live from our studios.
Many thanks for watching. Join us again at 9
KAFTAN TV News.
My name is Obisesan, the black comedian of the Federal Republic. I tell you, when it comes to the best of entertainment, the best of news, the best of information, something that is educative, you're right here at the best place to see that. It's KAFTANTV. You know what? Increase the volume. Keep watching. Don't touch the dial, okay?
This is your girl Nkechi Blessing Sunday. I want you all to keep watching KAFTANTV.
Please keep watching KAFTANTV. It is the best civil station in the country. They're doing an amazing job. Please do not touch the dial. Keep watching. Thank you.
My name is
Welcome back. You're still on to the Polity, and it's coming to you live from the Abuja studio of KAFTANTV. And we've been talking about the scattered way, if you like, that the opposition parties have been operating, making them ineffectual, making them unable to really take the battle, if you like, take the battle to the doorsteps of the ruling party, and strengthening them. In actual fact, I read somewhere just before we came on set. I read somewhere where I think it's the secretary of APC, someone Bashiru or so, saying the weakness of opposition is good for us, or something like that.
Correct.
So,
yeah.
I mean, so it's something like that. Maybe I'm not quoting perfectly, but that's the message. Yeah. So, and definitely, if the house of your enemy is in disarray, I mean, that gives you upper hand automatically. Sometimes you don't even need to fight because they are fighting themselves already. And that's very unfortunate, because the parties have a way of articulating the feelings and the pains and the desires of the people, and presenting the kind of front, the kind of platform that can really give some worry to the party in government. So once this is absent, it's a real challenge, and that's what we're talking about. And so the phone line is still open, 080-299-38365, and would like to have your own perspectives, even as my guest continues to deal with the issues. So let's look at what Eso Dudu and the other guy, Isaac, I think it was Isaac from Port Harcourt, and somebody said, you must get to the point where we are not allocating blame. We're not doing any blame game. I think it was Isaac who said, we must get to the point now where you're not saying, oh, this person is right, this person is wrong. Bury the hatchet. That's what he's saying. Can we get to this point in PDP? As things stand right now?
Yeah, we can.
But will that also be the best way? Or should we deal with the people who have messed it up?
No. Let me also say this. We don't have energy dealing with those who have messed it up. But we can get somebody to rally them. Because you
see, but see,
when you say deal with, that I think is to punish them.
Why not? Yes. Let me flesh it up. Let me give you some more. Now, we have seen that once, twice, the party has set up reconciliation committees, set up a reconciliation committee under somebody before this current Olagunso, is it? Yeah, Olagunso committee.
Yeah.
Before then, there was somebody else who was also, was that Ben Obi, or I forgot who.
Yeah.
There was somebody who was also chair of that committee. How much have they achieved?
No, you see, the way it is that when you are in opposition, you don't have too much resources. That's the first thing. Every move you want to do, whether it is committee, whether it's whatever level, for what? What's the committee about? Look, Nigerian politics is different, and you must see it that way. Unfortunately, the resources, in terms of time, in terms of human, in terms of all of that, is concentrated in the power at the center. It must be clear to you. Yeah, so that's why I said 80% of the entire resources reside with those people. Only 20 with the government in the center. Only 20 is with the government, in opposition. So when you have such, it is not punishment that will be it. It is first of all that there can be one person who can be respected by all, and who can play that reconciliation role, who can mobilize everybody. The person who has such capacity, there are a few of them. Number one would have been like Obasanjo. But Obasanjo is saying, I'm no longer in active politics. He's a key person that would have been able to mobilize everybody to come.
But in spite of saying he's no longer in active politics, everybody still goes to him.
Yes, they go to him right now, because now that everybody is going to him, there is now saying, I'm not for, so he can play the father of opposition. And that's what I'm saying. If you want to do, so he can actually, he has the stature to be able to actually play that galvanizing role. If he summons Obi, he will come. If you call Atiku, he will come. If you call Kwankwaso, he will come. These are all persons who have worked with him before, in one way or the other. If he calls Wike, he will come. If he even asks for a time with the president will give him a listening ear. So such across other parties. All other parties, they will. Now even SDP is coming from that background and all of that. Such a guy can say, hey guys, come. You come, and all of that. Look at even what Obasanjo said. When he was ruling for the 8 years, they said, now that we now have our own way in the south, please install somebody, from the south. I said, no, we have an agreement. It doesn't work that way. Power must go back to the north. You see, such persons are able to really rally this guy that, look, where you miss the road, you have to go back, because it's a Y. When you get to Y junction, no matter how much you run
in the wrong direction,
go back and go and join the right road until we have the wisdom to come back and join the right road. If we say we want to jettison the understanding of North 8, South 8, let it be after we have done the two sides. Then you come back and say, okay, we are now right for the best person to emerge. Okay, so is that what we want to do? When do you want to start it? In the next 4 years, in the next whatever? Everybody will plan towards that, because some people will say, why are we saying not as out? No, that makes the best not to come out. No, we have not matured to that point. In our democracy. So you just say, this is what is done in the whatever developed climes. It took America 250 years of democracy to get to where they are, and even they've not gotten it right. Look at Trump coming in on whatever. Look at some of the 42 executive orders that he pushed out. The whole place is turned upside down and all of that. That's to tell you that, look, learning is continuous. Yeah, it's continuous. Yeah. So you understand. So I would just say that, is it possible for opposition, for us to revive the strength of opposition? Yes, but they need a rallying person. They don't need a committee discipline. Who is going to set up the committee?
Yeah. So are you saying?
Which party?
No, are you saying?
What? You know why people listen to anybody?
There was no use setting up those recommendations.
There's no use, because each of the committee you set up is usually screwed to one side. If for instance, if the chairman of PDP currently right now is Atiku person, I'm just giving an instance. I'm not. If the acting chairman is from Atiku side, which committee will he set up that will call Atiku to order? No, nothing. Look at when the immediate chairman of whatever, when he was there, he was just I've forgotten his name. This man from
Secondus.
No, there's a guy before Secondus. I mean, after Secondus, there's the, I've forgotten his name now. He was former senator. I've forgotten his name.
Let's go ahead.
So that was the main pain of Wike. Wike saying this guy must go. How can you have presidential candidate from the north and then the chairman of the party? Senator Ayu. Yeah. So you cannot allow, and Ayu will always play the game of his paid master. And
he played some of it so very brazenly.
Yes.
During his time.
During his time. So people that no, this cannot go on.
Stuff, yeah.
You know. So all I'm saying is that, so when you say you're bringing a committee to come and punish, the only person who can do that, if you want to do, is the government in power. When the government in power, because everybody says we are the president too. If I'm in good book of Mr. President, he can give me appointment, he can do whatever he can further my political ambition and all of that. Because of that goal, everybody will come.
Will line up.
But which Atiku is gone beyond governor. He can never vie for being a governor. He will never say he want to be a minister. He will never say he want to be vice president. And what he's going for, you don't have it. And you want to...
it's about destroying the entire...
He's saying he's really like... That is for the statement, it's because sometimes we don't look... For the statement he made that time, since that time I knew that, no. If somebody can stand in the whatever and say, you know what, if they don't give me, if PDP fail to give me the ticket, I'll go and support Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
And when you consider, Ambassador, that there are people who still feel very hurt that this same person has twice left the party.
Correct.
And then he still is putting it in pushing it into people's eyes and noses that, look, I'm ready to do it again.
Yeah.
Then it's something.
So if we must
it means there's no repentance, there's no remorse. All I'm interested in is to get a ticket. I don't get a ticket.
So it's when you know that, because usually in life
I get
it's carrot and stick.
Yeah.
But when you know that the carrot is not big enough for the person who you want to beat, or the stick is too small for the man that you want to punish, the best thing a carrot is just to call him. Someone like Obasanjo, like I said, his stature is big enough to be able to. In fact, there are just few persons in this country that can do that.
Maybe
IBB can do that, but IBB can't run around. IBB is just in a place, so he can summon them to come, and all that. He can't running around like Obasanjo still. God gave him energy to run, and so Obasanjo is still moving everywhere. IBB is just calm. If you can only invite.
But he doesn't even require running around.
No, he doesn't require.
Sis is the man to.
You know that you must conserve your energy so that you are not using. PDP has, politics has a way of training you if you want to run. And so the one around I'm talking about, even entertaining visitor and he can be overwhelming. Yeah. So all I'm saying there is, if someone like that, there are few persons who can play that role, and number one person is Obasanjo.
I think as you speak even now, I think that this has become a national problem, a national challenge.
Correct.
And it will not be too bad to ask directly, for example, that Obasanjo should take up the gauntlet and look at it. Of course, he's not going to try to promote the PDP, but to try to see how the other parties can be properly mobilized to take their role more seriously, more effectively, because nobody is saying this is not a call to oust the APC. This is not a call to wrest power from APC, but we want to have we want to have a college of parties, a group of parties who can stand and really put some heat on the government in order for us to get good governance, in order for us to get better governance, in order for us to get excellent governance.
Correct. I know that the vibrancy of opposition puts the ruling party on their toes.
Yeah, exactly.
And it benefits the people.
Exactly.
So it's a good thing for the people.
Is not there. It benefits the party.
Yeah, against the people. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. I know that. Yeah. But you must also understand that if a man says out of active politics, so we may need to assuage him. We may need to plead with him that look, the Nigeria needs an Obasanjo and maybe the IBB and maybe one other person, just like 2 or 3 persons who will sit back and be able to galvanize this. Because I tell you, until we bring these oppositions into a very careful space, well, they're not going anywhere. Because it's already polarized, it's already whatever, they're not going anywhere. And I tell you something,
but much worse, beyond them going anywhere, we also are allowing the ruling party to just go at their pace and maybe to sleep on duty. That's what it will mean. So it's not just that they're not going anywhere, that maybe they can't get power, but beyond that, a worse situation is that nobody's really articulating the
do you know that
even if they gather themselves together, the point I need to make, and I'm trying to make, they may also rally themselves together, put themselves together properly, and still not win. That's not the point. That's not the point. It's not necessary that they must win, but we want a situation where the parties can really play their opposition role that will ensure that the party in power does not sleep on duty.
Correct. You are right. But the point I'm trying to say there is that the opposition party needs to come together, but the party in power is also doing everything to make sure that the opposition don't unite.
Really?
Correct.
So?
No. That is part of the plan. The plan, first of all, is that make us strong, make them weaker. Just the two plans go together.
So as it sweet us, make it
pain them. Yeah. So make sure you distract them. Make sure you make it impossible for them to unite. That's a strategy. So the two strategies go together. Make us stronger. Make us bigger. Make us going forward. But please make sure their tire is busting. Make sure that their engine is knocking. Make sure something is not going well with their car, so they are stuck.
So that's what playing out right now.
Yeah, that's what is playing out. It's a strategy in politics, and it's being used very, very beautifully by this current.
Do you think that the PDP also did that during their time?
Yeah, the PDP tried to do that, but the PDP did not understand that it needed to go this far. PDP never had an opposition experience. This is the first time they're having opposition experience. But APC started from opposition. They were never in power. When Ojoman said go, PDP was the one that took the presidency. So they watched Obasanjo rule 8 years. Which can even fought their number 1 man in Lagos there. Now I will not give you local government allocation of 5. They allowed it. Yeah. Since this is how opposition can be caned, they caned them for 8 years. Start another second one, another 8 years. They are beating blue-black. If we continue like this, we know it up. All of our parties will actually close shop.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Because some people are full-time politicians. All they do is whether from local government to whatever. So unfortunately, am I saying that's the best way it should be? No, but that's the way it is in Nigeria. So until we have a rallying people, just a few persons that they can rally, that can actually help them. But this disciplinary committee, it will never work, I can tell you. Because the moment you are putting together the committee, the composition is saying something. Either that composition is favoring Atiku or is favoring Wike.
No, so now
it's the PDP side. If you look at Labour Party, the same thing goes. You see somebody that is favoring the chairman. What's it called?
What's the name of this one?
Apapa, or the current guy that came together with I've forgotten his name now. The PDP, the APC, the Labour Party chair, and even the committee chairperson, the senator. What's her name?
So why don't we remove whatever is? There's the biblical injunction. Whatever makes you sin, pluck it out. If your eye causes you to sin, Pluck it out. If your hand, if it's your hand, chop it off.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Now, so why don't we now remove? Let's remove Atiku. Let's remove Wike, and then the fire will go down. I mean, when you remove the wood from the fire,
how do you remove them?
Yes,
you cannot remove them. You see, politics, unfortunately, is a game of influence, a game of number. These guys have got followers, they've got influence, they've got all that. You cannot
Let's take
remove
this one, the very last call, and we're very close to the end.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Ash. Good afternoon.
Yes, how are you today?
Thank God.
All right, you're welcome.
This is EK from Bayelsa.
Okay.
I appreciate what people are, discussing there.
Okay.
The issue there is this. Once the foundation is destroyed, your efforts may not achieve much.
Correct.
You see this talk, if you can recollect, years back, we keep on talking. How old is Nigeria? Since 1960 to today. Is it not even a shame when I'm hearing the number of citizens of Nigeria that will be deported to our country? If things are working well, will somebody graduate to live here and go and be washing plates for a white man in UK? All this, let me tell you, both parties, opposition and Democrats, we don't have it in Nigeria. They are just words. What we have is selfish imposition. That's what we call democracy here. That's what we call party. That's what we call opposition. We don't have party. We don't have opposition. We don't have democracy. What we have is selfish imposition. And they do it using the judiciary, using the security agents, and using money.
All right.
If you don't have access to these three, you are going nowhere. Because one, we have Judas and Thomas in every party.
Yeah.
People who are being sent into every group to cause confusion. So that things will not work well.
Yeah, exactly.
Judas is defeat. Thomas is doubt. There are people who don't even believe in the party. So they are there to cause confusion. There are people who come here to deceive, to get information so that they will make sure they will not work together. That is not what is happening. That is exactly what's happening. Just let us be sincere. See, what our problem is insincerity. Insincerity is our problem. If we want to get things work, our children are growing, I just remember when I was in primary school, this kind of talk has been going on. They say Vision 2020. We are now 2025. What has changed, really? What has changed, really? So please, I want to beg, I know the leaders are hearing me now. Let's get to the root of this matter. There are three ideologies that cannot work together in this country.
Yeah.
When it comes
Let's quickly run through them if you want.
The department want to get their own. So everybody is forcing the northerner, the westerner, the easterner. And unfortunately, selfishness is what's making it. It doesn't go round.
Right, okay. Can we leave it here now?
Don't share with others.
I'd be glad if you...
Let's be very realistic. We are talking drama, but let's go to the root of the matter. We want to solve this problem.
So
there are Judas and Thomas in every...
You said that before. Is it possible for us to leave it here now because the program has to come to an end?
And I pray that God will expose them. Honestly,
thank you very much, Ike. Now, so we need to go. And for me, what he has said, we don't have democracy, we don't have whatever it is that it is called, all that is in the end, it could be termed as semantics. But whatever we have that's not working, we all need to find a solution, and that's what we've tried.
The solution is simple.
Exactly, and the
each opposition party put your house in order, be ready to collaborate with others.
So that's it,
and let's work together.
That's it from Ambassador Moses Kolawole Obisesan. Yeah, and my name is Dayo Omoogun. We need to go now. Of course, my production team, I'm grateful. Thank you so very much for being there. And Nigerians, thank you for staying tuned to KAFTAN TV. And from wherever that you have stayed tuned, we say big up. Please keep up with us. Thank you very much. Tomorrow is another day, and this program will be on air tomorrow also. Please do join us. At this point, it's bye-bye.